Rodney Alcala was a monster hiding in plain sight. He was a convicted serial killer responsible for the deaths of at least 7 women. Authorities believe his true victim count may be far higher. Alcala's crimes spanned decades and states, leaving a trail of devastation in his wake. His chilling story, including his appearance on The Dating Game, is the subject of the Netflix film Woman of the Hour. This film explores the dark side of charm and the systemic failures that allowed Alcala to evade justice for so long. Alcala's story is a stark reminder that evil can lurk beneath the most charming facade. He was intelligent and charismatic, able to blend into society and disarm his victims. His case highlights the importance of a vigilant public and a responsive justice system. It also underscores the need for continued investigation, even decades after crimes occur. Alcala's case is a chilling reminder that monsters can walk among us. It is a story of tragedy, terror, and the enduring strength of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable evil. It is a story that demands to be told, not only to honor the victims, but to ensure that such horrors are never repeated. In a chilling twist of fate, Rodney Alcala appeared as a contestant on The Dating Game in 1978. He presented himself as a successful photographer. Alcala charmed Bachelorette Cheryl Bradshaw with his wit and confidence. He won the date. Thankfully, the date never happened. Bradshaw later said she felt a strange and unsettling vibe from Alcala. She trusted her instincts and refused to go on the date. Her intuition likely saved her life. This episode took on a sinister new meaning after Alcala's crimes came to light. Alcala's appearance on The Dating Game is a chilling example of how easily a predator can blend into everyday life. It serves as a stark reminder to trust your gut and be wary of those who set off alarm bells, no matter how charming they may seem. Rodney Alcala's criminal history began long before his infamous game show appearance. In 1968, he was convicted of assaulting an 8-year-old girl in Los Angeles. He fled the state while on parole, assuming new identities to evade authorities. Alcala's crimes continued across state lines. He was linked to murders and assaults in California, New York, and other states. His victims were often young women, whom he would torture, photograph, and kill. Alcala's ability to evade capture for so long was due in part to his intelligence and chameleon-like nature. Alcala's reign of terror demonstrates the challenges law enforcement faces in tracking down mobile predators. It also highlights the need for improved communication and information sharing between different jurisdictions. Section 4. Unveiling the Depths, the Storage Locker's Secrets. In 2003, a chilling discovery in a Seattle storage locker shed new light on the extent of Alcala's crimes. Police found hundreds of photographs of women and young girls, many posed in sexually suggestive positions. Some of the photos showed women who appeared injured or unconscious. Among the photos was an image of Christine Thornton, a woman who disappeared in 1977. Thornton's remains were later identified, confirming Alcala's role in her murder. The storage locker discovery sent shockwaves through law enforcement and the public alike. The photographs in Alcala's storage locker painted a horrifying picture of his depravity. They also raised the question, how many more victims were out there? The discovery fueled a renewed effort to identify the people in the photographs and bring closure to their families. Section 5. Justice Delayed, A Life of Crime Ends. Rodney Alcala was finally brought to justice after decades of terror. He was convicted of 7 murders, but authorities believe he was responsible for many more. Alcala was sentenced to death in California in 2010. Alcala spent the rest of his life on death row. He died of natural causes in 2021 at the age of 77. While Alcala's death brought a sense of closure, it did not erase the pain and suffering he inflicted on his victims and their families. Alcala's case exposed flaws in the criminal justice system that allowed him to evade capture for so long. It highlighted the need for better communication between law enforcement agencies and a greater focus on tracking down and apprehending violent criminals. Section 6. Honoring the Victims, A Legacy of Loss and the Pursuit of Justice. Rodney Alcala's reign of terror may be over, but the scars he left behind run deep. His victims were daughters, sisters, friends, and mothers. They were robbed of their futures, and their families were left with a void that can never be filled. It is important to remember the victims and to honor their memories. Their stories must be told, not only to expose the horrors of Alcala's crimes, but also to shine a light on the importance of seeking justice for all victims of violence. The investigation into Alcala's crimes continues even after his death. Law enforcement is still working to identify the people in his photographs and to connect him to other unsolved cases. The pursuit of justice for all of Alcala's victims must never end.